Hey, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about some things that maybe you haven't heard or maybe you have. Eastern Terminus, Western Terminus, Major Arterial. What are we discussing today? Well, stick with me and we're going to tell you all about the West End Corridor. Okay, so we hear a lot about West End, which is Broadway, which is Harding Road, and it's defined some different great areas to live in Nashville. Today we're going to talk about the West End Corridor, but we're going to define that place for you. The West End Corridor is a linear geographic area in Nashville. It's primarily defined by the stretch of West End Avenue and its immediate surroundings. So when we talk about that, we've got an Eastern Terminus, a Western Terminus, and we've got a Major Arterial. So we're going to discuss that a little bit in detail today, tell you what's out there, what type of real estate is in there, whether it's right for you. We could get on our one-on-one call and decide about. So definitely thank you for coming back to the channel, and let's discuss the West End Corridor. Now, that West End Corridor extends for approximately 3 miles, and its boundaries are generally understood as the Eastern Terminus, which begins near Centennial Park, which is home to our Parthenon, and that's also the edge of the Vanderbilt University campus area. So then you have the Western Terminus, which continues along West End Avenue until the intersection of Woodmont Boulevard. So that goes over 440, if that makes sense to you, if you know that. And that corridor is an in-between zone that borders several major Nashville neighborhoods, including Midtown, Green Hills, Sylvan Park. So that amply defines a great area, a major hub of industry. It serves housing, the universities, high rises, hospitals. So it's got a lot going on in that area. And, I said that I lived in the Belmont Hillsborough area last week. Well, I didn't. It was more of one of these corridors that I lived in because it was right across 21st Avenue back towards West End, back towards Richmond. We'll define that space. But back when I lived there so long ago, we just called it Hillsborough Village and we knew. But anybody who's from there knew we were in that West End Corridor, but a specific area within that. So I'll tell you more about that in just a second. Let's talk about these terminus, okay? The Eastern Terminus is the corridor that begins near the intersection of West End Avenue and 16th Avenue North, close to downtown Nashville and the Vanderbilt University campus. The Western Terminus ends roughly around the intersection of West End Avenue and Whitland Avenue near Montgomery Bell. So that's quite a stretch, and you've gone over 440, so part of that West End corridor. The Major Arterial is the corridor's primary thoroughfare, and that's West End Avenue, which connects the dense urban areas near Vanderbilt and Midtown to the more residential areas that I've just explained, which are farther west. So you will have some adjacent neighborhoods that are very well thought of, like Sylvan Park and Green Hills, and it even runs into that Belmead area. So you've got a lot that goes on that branches in and touches it. You've got that Belmont Hillsborough area that is adjacent to it too. So we'll fully define that, but I just wanted to explain what that West End Corridor is and what's going on in that area. Love that area. That was kind of my little triangle. If I couldn't live where the rest of my family lived in Forest Hills, Belmead, that kind of thing. So that's where I chose to live. All right, so who lives in the West End Corridor? Well, that's a lot of different people, and it's a big mix, but you have, lots of residents in that West End Corridor, from students to university professionals to medical professionals, certainly singles and young couples, first-time home buyers, young families. You also have some retirees. You have a diverse community of people within that historic and modern housing options. So you actually have lots of different options in that West End Corridor in which you could choose to live that'll fit your style, from historic to minimalist to condos to homes. You've got a lot, so we're going to talk about that. When you talk about students, you obviously have everything from Vanderbilt to Belmont to your grad students, things like that in that area. It's a walkable area depending on where they live. They can certainly get to where they need to be. You have nightlife, you have restaurants, you have shopping. So certainly a great area for the West End corridor and anyone that decides to live in that area for walkability and accessibility to things. Certainly you have professionals. Many residents are young professionals and singles in that area, with a large portion of homeowners even in their late 40s and an average income of about $181,000 a year. So that's according to Nextdoor. We like to quote the source and tell the source when we pick that up, but I find that to be very interesting. Certainly a thriving area of Nashville is the West End corridor. And then you definitely have families. You have young families and you have older families. You have a population that, you have great schools nearby. The accessibility to that is rivaled by very few. So definitely have those things to think about as well. What's the lifestyle of the area residents in the West End corridor? Well, the area itself attracts a lot of people seeking that walkable urban lifestyle, like I said, with easy access to parks. So you've got anything from Centennial Park to Elmington Parks. You have fun things like movie nights in those parks. You have, food trucks on various things, Saturdays and whatnot, markets, things like that. That can be really fun. And then you have diverse dining and cultural attractions like the Parthenon and nightlife in those areas, without being directly in the middle of that downtown Broadway honky-tonk thing that you may or may not want to be in. So you have a lot of different housing options. We're going to talk about that. So you definitely have your condominiums and your apartment living and things like that, but you have historic homes in the West End corridor. You have a lot of single family homes, and we've discussed a little bit of that on the Belmont Hillsborough one that we talked about last week, because you have some similar architectural styles from, the cottage, the Tudor inspired home. You've got the bungalows. You definitely have the four squares that rose up in the early 1900s in that area. So you have some historic homes and renovations, but you also have some new contemporary styles as well, as long as they're not in that historically preserved district. So lots to talk about, different ranges in price per square foot, but we're going to touch on that in just a second. So when you're talking about the West End corridor, it is home to several historic neighborhoods, and it boasts a variety of architectural styles, like I just kind of touched on, from the late 19th and 20th centuries. These areas featured preserved homes, like I said, within the districts that have distinct characteristics and are also a testament to the city's rich history. So when we're talking about those architectural styles, so many homes are inspired by today from that first bungalow American craftsman style. It's one of the most common architectural styles in the Hillsborough West End neighborhood, and these homes are characterized by their signature porches, low-pitched roof lines, and use of natural materials. Foursquare. Now, when you're talking about a foursquare, what is that? I always talk about a two-story being a box on a box, and honestly it is. But the Richland West End Historic District includes around 70 foursquare style homes, and that style is noted for its simple, boxy shape and its large functional interiors. So that definitely, they're sitting on some nice yards as well, and that definitely was inspired in the early 1900s and provided a home for big families. It was a nice style home in that area. You have the Colonial Revival, which are the homes reflecting that classic symmetry and elegant details of the Colonial Revival style, which are also found in that area, along with your Tudor Revival homes, which have that decorative half timbering and prominent gables. They were popular in the 20s and the 30s, and they're another architectural style seen in the Hillsborough West End area. That's one of my mom's favorite styles, but she comes from a construction background and she likes all architecture, but she's always liked that kind of Tudor, English Tudor revival. So you'll have some other styles in there as well. You'll have Greek Revival, Italiante, which is that Mediterranean look I love so much. That exists in the West End corridor, but you have bigger, more prominent examples in that Belmead area too. So the West End corridor varies when it comes to price per square foot, but generally falls within a range of anywhere close to 400, like 390 to over 600. Now again, we've got different styles, we've got different types of homes, you've got the condos, the apartments, the different breakdowns as well that are varying here. So you want to get on our one-on-one, no pressure, all things you call, so that we can talk about more in detail exactly what we're comparing on yours. But we're going to jump into that a little bit. There's a breakdown of those, so you definitely want to understand the median price per square foot in the key neighborhoods along the corridor as of the last couple of months. So when you're breaking down Hillsborough West End portion of the West End corridor, the median list price per square foot was averaged at about $401 per square foot. The median sold price in there was $389 per square foot. So you can see that they listed and they got a little bit less on their closed price than what they were listing it for as an average only. You cannot take that house per house. We'd have to, when we got there. But interesting dynamic as a result of what's gone on in real estate in the last year. Very interesting. So in the Richland area, people just move in there and stay. Okay, I'm just going to tell you that right now. But their median list price was right in the $435 per square foot range. And then we don't really have the selling price for what it had sold for. And then the Vanderbilt area was right in the $466 price per square foot. In Midtown, which is neighboring, you're sitting in right in that $606 per square foot. And in the Gulch, which is neighboring, you're sitting in that $709 per square foot, like we've discussed on other videos. So when we're talking about the West End corridor, we're covering a whole lot of ground there. And I need you to understand, if you've been to Nashville, it really does cover from Vanderbilt, kind of anchoring it and that, Centennial Park, all the way up to St. Thomas West Hospital. And it's quite a bit of distance that really covers that without being Sylvan Park, without being Belmont Hillsborough, without being Green Hills. So it's a really nice geographic location there that's fully defined with businesses, with condos, with hospitals, with, universities. I mean, you've got single family homes, you have parks. So beautiful area in which to live. It's very centrally located. I loved the West End corridor. I still love the West End corridor, and it has a lot of historical significance and different things about it that we can get on and discuss when you're talking to me one-on-one. But I wanted to tell you a little bit about it. Now, look, it's great. We want to definitely go and see that area. If you want to be near the hustle and bustle, but you don't want to live quite in it, you definitely have some drive times and some traffic things to discuss, different arteries and routes, different PM and AM drive times are optional for sure, but very, very thriving. So let me just kind of sum this up with the West End corridor is known as an institutional hub. It's definitely anchored, like I said, by Vanderbilt University and its extensive medical center, as well as the St. Thomas West Hospital. So that concentration of universities and top tier facilities and healthcare makes it a center for academics and research and employment and attracting a highly educated population of residents and faculty and medical professionals. But you also have people that want to live near those institutions for medical reasons. Maybe it's a great area if you're looking to live within 5 to 10 minutes of your hospital preference. Certainly that West End corridor could fit that bill for you. So that's something to think about. It has a lot of historical significance, and that's always near and dear to my heart. I always like to tell a little bit about that when I'm on my videos, because that means something to me. You ought to know a little bit about the city in which you're trying to live. Historically, West End Avenue served as the old Richland Turnpike and Harding Pike and major transportation route. So the area features well-preserved historic neighborhoods like Hillsborough West End and Richland West End, which are part of the West End corridor and fully define an area in which you lived. Now, I lived in the Hillsborough West End part of the West End corridor, and I've had family that's lived in the Richland West End part of the corridor as well, and lots of friends. So just beautiful area, love it, and can easily define that for you. Richland Park, it just serves as a major community gathering spot, hosting concerts, festivals, and other events, and it provides a beautiful, vital green space in an urban setting that is where a lot of my family had gone to school back when that was a school serving their age group. It's a vibrant, walkable lifestyle in this West End corridor. The West End area is known for its high walkability, offering a diverse array of dining options, local coffee shops, casual eateries, and upscale dining as well, and boutique shopping and vibrant nightlife. So the West End corridor can fit a whole lot of that. Oh my gosh, it's Nashville bill. It has a dynamic mix of amenities, providing a self-contained lifestyle that appeals to a wide demographic, including young professionals and families. It is a strategic location for connectivity, and it provides easy access to downtown Nashville, Music Row, Green Hills, Sylvan Park, and it functions as a key transportation artery bordering that 440 and West End Avenue option. So basically, it's the West End corridor right for you? Well, it just depends. It depends on which part of that corridor would be so perfect for you. And we need to get on our, like I said, no pressure, all things you, one-on-one call, and let's talk about your family and your thoughts and your needs, your business situation, what's going on. While we're talking about that, let's get on, click on the links and talk to my preferred lender. Let's absolutely be ready to go when you come to go look at houses, because we want to know that you're comfortable in that price structure as to what's offered at the time. And I can't wait to talk to you. I definitely want your business. I'm Felicia Long. I am with Coldwell Banker Global Luxury. I am licensed as a realtor in 2 different states, Tennessee and Kentucky, and I absolutely would love to work with you. Thank you so much for your consideration, your time. Leave your comments down below, and we'll see you next week.